It's time for Throwback Thursday, where we rewind to the greatest moments, memories, and music of our Gen X past. I'm Paul Stressner, and every week we revisit classic episodes, rediscover hidden gems, and celebrate the pop culture that shaped us. So grab your mixtape or fire up the VCR, and let's take a trip back in time. Hey everybody, Paul here, and today we're throwing it back to March 31st, 2022, as we wrap up the Return of the 80s March Madness series with one last epic bracket. This time it features the solo hits of legendary Phil Collins. For our 5th annual March Madness tournament, we kept the tradition alive by pitting in iconic artist songs against each other in head-to-head showdowns, and this time it's all Phil, all solo. There's no Genesis tracks here, although, I mean, come on, let's face it, we could have filled another bracket with just those too. And you'll also notice a couple of tracks from 1990 that snuck into the mix, like I Wish It Would Rain Down and Something Happened on the Way to Heaven. But since they came from his 1989 album, But Seriously, we let them join the party. And trust me, they hold their own. And this tournament also featured a cool collaboration with RealWeegieMidget Reviews, where Gill reviewed Phil's 1988 film Buster. It's the same film that gave us a couple of tracks in our bracket, and her post is still up there. And the movie wasn't widely seen in the US, so if you're curious, you can find a link to her review in the show notes. So let's dive in, relive the matchups, and see if your favorite Phil Collins tune made the cut or gut cut. And next week I'll be back with the Breakfast Club episode for Throwback Thursday, where I'll reveal the full results of this tournament. So now let's go on to the final round of the March Madness. Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of Return of the 80s. It's Paul here, and as usual, along with me is Dell.
Hello there.
This is the 5th annual Return of the 80s March Madness, I believe.
That sounds right.
4. Yep. And I wanted to do Phil Collins last year, but then it was like getting too late, so I had to like pick somebody with less songs, so it ended up being Whitney. So let's go through this. And 2018, it was Hall & Oates, and the winner was Out of Touch. And 2019 was Prince, and Purple Rain was the winner. And then 2020 was Madonna, Crazy For You. And then last year, 2021 was Whitney, I Wanted to Dance with Someone Who Loves Me. And now we're doing Phil Collins. At first I was debating, do you want to do, a combination of Phil Collins and Genesis, but Phil Collins has enough hits on his own as a solo, so just stuck with that. Because then, as a band, like they had a lot of hits in the 80s, but not 16. I think they only had like a few albums, 1980, or 82 or 83, and then Invisible Touch. So
yeah, they were pretty much the last half of the decade. There really wasn't much then, I guess, after Invisible Touch.
Yeah, but I mean,
because they all kind of went their own different ways.
Yeah,
Phil did his solo stuff, and you had Mike and the Mechanics. Yeah.
Well, back in those days too, like the hits would be coming off an album for like a few years too.
True. Good point.
Because the same thing happened with Def Leppard. When did Hysteria come out in like 1989? There were still like singles coming off of that. So
yeah. That's right. That's right. Crazy.
Those are the days, but yeah. But through the whole decade, Phil Collins was doing his solo thing. Off the top, I want to mention that this is going to be another collaboration with Gill from RealWeegieMidget Reviews, because as most of you know, we'll be touching on it in a little bit. Phil Collins was in a movie called Buster, and he has some hits off of that. So she's going to be doing a movie review on Buster, taking a hit for us. So thanks, Jill. So you can find her at WeegieMidget.wordpress.com. That's WeegieMidget. RealWeegieMidget.wordpress.com. And I'll have a link to the show notes to her article on Buster. First, do like a little background of Phil Collins. He was born on January 30th, 1951, and the Beatles were a big influence on him. As you can imagine, you can tell by like the age range, because as a 13-year-old, he was actually in that movie A Hard Day's Night. You know, at the end when they I don't know if you've seen that, the movie A Hard Day's Night.
My mom's going to kill me, but the answer's no. I haven't seen it.
That's a fun movie. But at the end, there's like a concert. He's actually in the audience in the concert.
I'm going to watch it tonight. Turn it on right now.
I haven't seen the whole. I'm on the last episode now of like Get Back the Beatles documentary on Disney. Have you seen that?
Oh,
no.
I'll have to go for 2. I'm going to be disowned. My mom is a huge Beatles fan. She's so embarrassed.
Yeah, mine was too. Yeah.
I heard it's great though.
It is. It's incredible. Yeah, I highly recommend that. I mean, you're just literally watching the birth of these, legendary songs. You could just see the process of it, just like the writing process, and then their characters too. So yeah, it's really, I highly recommend it. Yeah, so he was influenced by the Beatles, and then he joined Genesis in 1970. They went back that far, but Phil Collins was the drummer, and Peter Gabriel was the singer, and then Phil Collins took over as lead singer when Peter Gabriel left in 1975. I didn't realize it was that early after Gabriel left.
I didn't either.
Yeah, they were kind of like a prog rock kind of band. Yeah, then Phil Collins, releases debut solo album, Face Value, in 1981. And then in April 2009, he had surgery to repair a dislocated vertebrae in his upper neck. So then he had to stop drumming for a while. In 2014, he was still unable to play, so he kind of announced a little retirement there for a while. Because he ended up having nerve problem, and then he underwent a spine operation in 2016. He was still unable to drum with his left hand, so his doctor said that if you want to play the drums again, he need to practice. He had to do it a little step by step. So March 2020, a glorious time. The band decided to get back together, and they announced that they were reforming Genesis and were going to undertake the Last Domino tour in November 2020.
Yeah.
And we all know what happened with that. So, no, they didn't tour in November 2020, so I think we're still waiting on that now. Because then they scheduled in 2021, and, so all the shutdowns and everything.
I think they've actually been on the road.
Oh, are they now?
Yeah, because I actually, this morning, I thought I read that they did their last show, which was technically going to be Phil Collins' sort of second retirement, I guess. But he's been performing, the footage I saw, he's been performing sitting, and so, or singing. And I think this is the last one. But yeah, you may want to look into that. But I think that they have officially called it quits now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably what they called the Last Domino tour.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So he kind of did an Axl Rose type of thing. He's sitting down singing.
Yeah. But kind of sad. But I'm glad that he was able to get out, and people that wanted to see him got to see him one more time with the whole band.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that many shows though. I don't know how long they've been back on the road, but I think it was pretty select cities they went to.
The first time I heard of Phil Collins and Genesis, with along with all the other big artists that I had never heard of before, was thanks to MTV. I saw the video "That's All." That was my introduction to Genesis. I mean, before MTV, I had never heard of Bruce Springsteen or David Bowie. So then I was astonished to find out that they've been around for a while. So
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
same with Genesis.
Imagine that.
What about you? Do you
Yeah, I
remember when
think
you first?
it might have been That's All. Gosh, that was so long ago. 40 years now, I guess.
Oh
40,
wow! Oh
almost.
shit!
Yeah. sorry, sorry to make everybody feel old. But I think the first time I saw Phil Collins was "You Can't Hurry Love," the video for
Oh
that,
yeah.
because they played that a lot. But I just for some reason that pops out as the first time that I saw him. But I'm sure That's All was because I remember seeing that video a ton. So
Yeah, there was That's All and Illegal Alien.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, my mom actually, that's slipping my mind the name of the album now. I can picture it has all.
Was the album Abacab?
No, that was the first one.
No,
That
that
was
was it.
the first one in the 80s.
Okay, okay.
Oh, that's going to bother me now.
I will Wikipedia it for you.
Yeah, it seems like they're
Let's see.
faster than me.
Yeah, it might have been. Actually, their album was called Genesis. That's all. It was a
Oh, it was
self-titled
just
album.
self-titled? Oh, okay.
Yep, and that looks like that's the one where That's All came from. It would have to be because that was that was '83.
Yeah.
So, yep, the self-titled album.
Oh, that's why I was a little confused there. Yeah.
Abacab was before that. That was '81. You're right.
Yeah, and yeah, my mom had that Genesis album, so vinyl back in the day. Yeah, so that was my introduction to him. All right, so we can get into the songs now. So just like last year, like the unfortunately the ways to vote are limited again. So you can vote on Twitter at Return of the 80s. I'm posting the polls there. And then there's the Facebook group, the Return to the 80s Facebook group, not the main page, because for some reason they took away polls from the pages, the official pages. There's thousands of members of the Return to the 80s group, so feel free to join if you're not part of that. And you can vote there. I think you can do polls on Instagram, but I think they only last so long, so I'm not sure. I can play around with that too. I'll try it maybe. So
In your spare time.
yeah, I'll experiment with that. All right, so I'm gonna start. We'll work our way up the bracket so we can end on God there. So,
All right.
all right. So from bracket 4, it'll be our first song is Two Hearts, and it'll be going up against I Wish It Would Rain Down. So the first song, Two Hearts.
There was no reason to believe she'd always be there. But if you don't put faith in what you believe in, that's getting you nowhere. 'Cause it helps you never give up. Don't look down, just look up. 'Cause she's always there behind you, just to remind you of two hearts living in just one mind. You know it's too hard living in just one mind.
It was number one song, and it's from the soundtrack from the film Buster that we had just mentioned. I really can't tell you anything about the movie. I've just seen like the trailer of it. It actually doesn't seem awful, but it doesn't be available anywhere. So, at least in the U.S.
And I don't remember if I saw it or not. I mean, that's again so long ago. But if I did, it would have only been once. I don't remember much about it at all.
Yeah, the only way I know about it is from the videos that were on and on and on and on over and over again. I actually when it first came out, for some reason I bought the 45 of it, but then
Really?
yeah, but it wasn't necessary. This is like with a lot of his and Genesis, they got played. I feel like way overplayed, like between MTV and the radio.
I think I had the single of this song, maybe. I don't know if you remember singles
Yeah.
or not. But, yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunch of them too, but this one I had the 45 record. Yeah, the song was written and produced by Phil Collins, Lamont Dozier, and it, as I mentioned, it reached #1 in the U.S. and in Canada in January 1989. And Two Hearts also won the Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song, and it won the Grammy Award for Best Song written specifically for motion picture or television, 1989.
Great upbeat song. Big hit for Phil.
Yeah, it was like a fun song, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, nice upbeat song. Because, yeah, when we get to the other one from that soundtrack, that's like a ballad, so...
I was just looking here, and I can't confirm this, but it says that Buster is on the Roku channel. So if you have a Roku streaming device, you might be able to find Buster on their channel.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to check that out later. We got a Roku.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I got the Fire Stick. But I'm not sure. I might be able to get like the Roku app, though. I'm not sure.
Don't know. But yeah, again, that's just what it shows on when I do a quick search on it. So could be wrong, but maybe check that out.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I played the trailer and it didn't look awful, so we'll see. And I was telling you, I was discussing it with Caroline, and we decided that it might be too high of a rating for her taste, because I think it was like 50-something percent ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. So.
Yeah, and Claire and Caroline are not feeling well today. Otherwise, they would have been here as well. So
yeah, I missed them, but they'll be back.
Yep.
Okay, so Two Hearts is going against I Wish It Would Rain Down.
Now I wish it would rain down on me. Ooh, yes, I wish it would rain down on me now. Ooh, yes, I wish it would rain down on me. Ooh, yes, I wish it would rain on me. You said you didn't need me in your life.
And as I've already voiced my opinion, this was a 1990s song, but you did come back and say, but it was on an album released in '89. So
Yep, it was from his 1989 album, But Seriously.
yep.
And like a lot of Phil Collins videos are like really funny. Like they have, it's like almost like a sitcom or a show before the song. It's kind of like David Lee Roth. So they have like little skits. So this video had Jeffrey Tambor and Eric Clapton was in it because he actually played guitar in this. And like in the skit, like they're trying to find like a drummer to play for the band, and like Phil Collins was just a stagehand. And then Eric Clapton said, he said that, why don't you pick this guy? He used to be a drummer in a real good band, and when the singer took off, he took over. And like in the video, there's like members of Phil Collins' band. They had like a lot of they're like in the background. So yeah, it's a fun video. I recommend checking that out.
I didn't know that about Eric Clapton because that intro is almost all guitar. You know, you got the drums there, of course, but
Yep.
thinking of that kind of long intro into the song, Eric Clapton on guitar.
Yep. Yeah, you can kind of tell once you know it's him. It's like, oh yeah, because he has a distinct sound. Makes sense. Yeah, so it peaked at number 3, and then.
So is this where do we vote now, or do we vote at when we get through the entire bracket? Or are we even giving our opinion?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you could say what you're.
No, I don't know. I thought we did that last time, but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, so you need the girls to keep us in line.
That's all right. No, I was just going to say of the two, I would pick Two Hearts out of that, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, me too. I like that one. Yeah, it's like upbeat.
Yep.
Like back in the day, like I got sick of it. I didn't want to hear it again, but now that we're removed from it, it's really a fun song. Yeah, and yeah, this might be heresy, but I'm not like the biggest Eric Clapton fan either. So
no.
I like the one from the movie with Tom Cruise and Paul Newman. It's in the way that
Oh, The Color of Money.
Yeah. He does.
Yeah,
I love that song. That one I can't get enough of. But
yeah,
all the rest of it, yeah.
yeah. Another one of my favorites is Forever Man. If you remember that song that Eric Clapton did.
No, maybe if I heard it.
Yep. That's another good one.
Yeah. But, I mean, the song's still good. So, but yeah, I mean, if you have to vote for one, I have a feeling that Two Hearts will take that round, but I'm not sure. You never know. All right, and then the other battle in that bracket will go Separate Lives versus I Missed Again. So first on Separate Lives.
So you build that wall. Yes, you build that wall. And you make it stronger. Well, you have no right to ask me how I feel. You have no right to speak to me so kind. Someday I might find myself looking in your eyes. But for now, we'll go on living separate lives.
Yes, for now we'll go on living
Separate lives.
It's a duet with Marilyn Martin. And it was
Beautiful
also
song.
Yeah. This is probably like one of my favorites. Man, there were like so many great duets in the '80s.
Yeah.
We do
And this
multiple
one-
episodes on that.
And Marilyn Martin has a beautiful voice on this, and I was, after looking into some of these songs, it's like, what happened to Marilyn Martin? I knew she had another song that charted in the decade, but come to find out that she was now she's doing backing vocals for Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, really?
So,
Oh, good.
And I, again from Wikipedia, but it said that she's in real estate. I think Tennessee maybe is where she's living now. So.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
think you're right. Yeah.
But yeah, just a great duet between the two.
Yeah.
And that was from White Nights, the movie White Nights with Gregory Hines and Mikhail
Bershnikov, yep.
Bershnikov. Yep.
That's another one I haven't seen.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one either.
Yeah, this is another one I know the movie because of the song. Yeah, this reached #1 on the Hot 100 in the Adult Contemporary chart. It was #1 in Canada and Ireland too. Yeah, huge hit. And then I Missed Again. Was from Phil Collins' debut album, Face Value.
But I'm waiting in line. What would you say if I was wasting my time? Or did I miss again? I think I missed again. Oh, I missed again. I think I missed again. When it feels like something you want so bad.
It peaked at number 19 on the charts. At the time that he was writing this, he was like going through a divorce. So the song is about his anger and frustration about his first wife leaving him.
There were several songs that he said about
Yeah,
his first divorce, and yeah, and several songs on here that he said he has no idea what they mean, but it's because he was going through a divorce.
Yep.
So
Yeah, this actually received a Grammy nomination for Best Video Short Form. So, again, Phil Collins with the videos, he's like a master at it, that's for sure. Yeah, like the timing is perfect for him in the MTV generation.
I would choose Separate Lives in this bracket here.
Yeah, me too. Like I said, it's like one of my favorite songs anyway, so yeah.
Okay, bracket 3.
Don't Lose My Number versus Sussudio.
And they both have a similar sound.
Yeah, exactly.
both of them.
Yeah.
So
Yep, so Don't Lose My Number.
There came a night leaving fear behind, shadows around the ground. Oh, nobody knew where to find him. No evidence was found. I'm never coming back. They heard him cry, and I believe him. Well, he never meant to do anything wrong. It's gonna get worse if he waits too long. Really, really, don't you lose my number? 'Cause you're not anywhere that I can find you. Oh, now, Billy, Billy, don't you lose my number? 'Cause you're not anywhere that I can find you. Oh, no.
It's from his third solo album, No Jacket Required. That's another album my mom had. Yeah, like the vinyl album. And actually, Don't Lose My Number, well, again, according to Wikipedia, the single was not released in the UK, but it peaked at number 4 in September 1985 in the US. Oh, yeah, you were just talking about him not knowing about the lyrics. So Collins stated that the lyrics were improvised, that he himself does not fully understand what they mean.
for which song?
Oh, Don't Lose My Number.
Okay. Yeah, because they could say the same thing about Sussudio.
Yeah. Yeah, again, with it has like that awesome, signature drum sound in this one. Yeah, I don't think I have much else on that one. Sussudio.
There's a girl that's been on my mind all the time. Sussudio. Oh, now she don't even know my name, but I think she likes me just the same. Sussudio. Oh. If she called me, I'd be there. I'd come running anywhere. She's all I need, all of my life. I feel so good if I just say the word. Sussudio. Just say the word. Oh, Sussudio. Now I know that I'm too young.
It was also from the same album. And it was released as a single in January 1985.
Another number one.
Yep, another number 1. And this song and the No Jacket Required album were actually number 1 on the Billboard charts at the same time. And this song was on the UK charts at number 12. Again, like last one, he improvised the lyrics for this too. He was just playing around with the drum machine. Like I've heard that story before. Yeah, I always hear that there's all kinds of different stories about this, but according to him, he was just like messing around. If according to Collins, the lyrics are about a schoolboy crush on a girl at school. I like both of these songs a lot. I don't know what I would choose.
I know. I would say probably Sussudio puts me in a happier mood, so we'll go with Sussudio.
Yeah, I think that's the one I went to a lot on the album. I bet I wore the vinyl out on that song more than Don't Lose My Number, but I did like them both.
Yeah, and you talk about the videos. Both of those are fun videos, too. And it seemed like Don't Lose My Number had a little more humor in it. I think Sussudio was just him performing in a bar or something. But Don't Lose My Number, I forget. It seemed like there was some humor in that video.
Yeah. So that's a tough one. That might be a close one.
Yep.
And then this next matchup wasn't really planned. You Can't Hurry Love versus A Groovy Kind of Love.
Yeah.
And they're both covers. So You Can't Hurry Love.
How many heartaches must I stand before I find the love to let me live again?
It's a cover of the Supremes' 1966 hit, and it was released in November 1982. It's from his second solo album, Hello, I Must Be Going. Yeah, so it reached number one on the UK singles chart for 2 weeks in January 1983. You know what I was thinking? Like, it was released in November 1982, and the Supremes version was 1966. So that's like 16 years apart. Seems like a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
That would be like, yes, if something was like somebody covered a song like that today, it would be a song that they had covered in 2006, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
That's weird.
But it seems so much longer ago back then.
I know.
Yeah, it was his first number one solo hit in the UK. And
Top 10 here, right?
yeah, it actually reached number 10 in the US. Yep. And then next was The Groovy Kind of Love.
Anytime you want to, you can turn me on to anything you want to, anytime at all. When I kiss your lips, ooh, I start to shiver, can't control the quivering inside. Wouldn't you agree? Baby, you and me got a groovy kind of love.
Which was one of my ballads for the last podcast we did for Valentine's Day.
Yep. Exactly, yep.
From Buster again.
Buster, yep. Yeah, this is a huge hit. It was, the Mindbenders had a hit with it in 1965. It hit number 2.
Yeah, I think I said on the last podcast it was Simon and Garfunkel. I was wrong, but they had some kind of groovy song that was popular, but that seemed to be a popular word back then.
Yeah, but it was it's actually like, it sounds like it could have been a Simon and Garfunkel song, and that kind of
Yeah.
groove to it. Part of the fun. Yeah, so Collins suggested that this could be a good love theme for the movie Buster. When it was released as a single, it reached number 1 in the US and the UK. It's the only single that hit the number 1 spot in the US and the UK. And it was actually his last number 1 hit in the UK. Interesting. Yeah, this is another tough one too. The remakes, one's ballad, one's more upbeat.
Yeah, I would pick A Groovy Kind of Love. Just one of my favorite songs that came out that year.
Yeah, I'll do the opposite of you this time, so you can't already love
Okay.
the
Hey,
more
that's
upbeat.
all right.
Yeah, but again, can't go wrong with either of them. But yeah, that Groovy Kind of Love was another one that got played a lot, because that came out just after the Invisible Touch album, the Genesis one, and they were already playing a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
All right, next up, are we bracket number 2? Bracket number 2, we have Easy Lover versus Another Day in Paradise. Easy Lover.
No, you'll never change it, so leave it. Get out quick, 'cause seeing is believing is the only way. You'll never know. She's an easy lover. She'll get a hold on you, believe it. Like no other. Before you know it, you'll be on your knees. She's an easy lover. She'll take your heart, but you won't feel it. She's like no other, and I'm just trying to make you see. You're the one that wants to hold her.
Duet, this one with Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind and Fire. Their voices just go so well together. I love this
Oh,
one.
they do. They do.
Yeah. They wrote this song together, Bailey Collins and Nathan East also. And this was on Phil Bailey's solo album, Chinese Wall.
I think Phil Collins was producing that album, if I remember correctly.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
And then I think as they started to wrap up, Philip Bailey wanted to do a song with him.
Yeah, he has another song off that. Is it "Living on a Chinese Wall"? I think is the full name of the song. That's a really good song too. The other song that he had off of that, Philip Bailey.
Walking on the Chinese, walking on the Chinese wall. Watching for the coins to fall.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that album. I need to go do that.
Yeah, he's really good. Yep. Yeah, this song was the #1 hit in several countries, but it
And a fun video too.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
It's
really
kind of
lifts your spirits. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of behind the scenes of what it's like to put a video together, and at the very end when they come together, it's really cool.
Yep. Yeah, it didn't reach the top spot, but it's spent 23 weeks on the Hot 100, and it was 7 weeks in the top 10. But Foreigners, I Want to Know What Love Is, like kept it from the top spot.
Foreigner. No. It's a great song.
Jamie Foreigner. But all is not lost. Easy Lover won MTV Video Music Award for Best Overall Performance in a Video in 1985. It was nominated for a Grammy for Best Pop Performance by Duo. And then it goes up against Another Day in Paradise.
Starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise.
Very cheery, uplifting song.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I'd read that Phil took a lot of heat though for this song because, of course, it's about the homeless, and some people felt that it was him singing about the homeless and being as wealthy as he wasn't appropriate, and then that he was exploiting the homeless for profit. So he didn't. Of course, I don't think that was his motive for either one. It was. I always looked at it as him bringing awareness to the issue. But it's a great song.
Yeah, now that you said that, like it brings me back to that movie Slumdog Millionaire. The director, the producer of that movie got a lot of heat too, because they said that he was like exploiting all the poor people from that area of India. So it's like almost the same type of thing. But I mean, if you have the power to bring attention to an issue, I don't see a problem with that. Like, I don't know if he did anything with proceeds from it or anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be worth looking into. But this is notable for being the last #1 single of the 80s.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep. So this is from the But Seriously album. It won Grammy Award for Record of the Year at the 1991 award ceremony. It was also nominated for Song of the Year, Best Pop Vocal Performance, Male, and Best Music Video Short Form. It won an award for British Single in 1990 Brit Awards. Yeah, very successful. For my vote for it, I'd have to go with Easy Lover.
Yep. Me too.
Yeah, if it wasn't for I Want to Know What Love Is, that Easy Lover probably would have been the #1 hit, so it probably would have gotten ranked higher than Another Day in Paradise in this tournament. Alright. Next up, In the Air Tonight versus One More Night. So, In the Air Tonight. I was surprised to see this, but it only peaked at number 19 on the charts. But I think it was Miami Vice that gave it its identity and resurgence.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because Miami Vice had their own soundtrack at one point, so I think this was on the soundtrack to the TV show.
Yep. And this was off of his debut solo album, Face Value. It was released in January 1981. So, Miami Vice come out in 84, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I don't know if they played the entire song, but they played a big chunk of it. It just showed Crockett and Tubbs just driving in the car on the way to get the bad guy. So, his name left my mind now, the guy they were going after. Oh, good lord.
Wasn't this in Risky Business also?
Oh, I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've seen Risky Business.
I thought it was like the train scene or subway or whatever it was, but yeah, as a 13-year-old, the scene I had to cover my eyes for, I'm sure. So
yeah, I don't remember at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
we used to have here in Indianapolis, they would had an event called the Sky Concert, which they would always do around Labor Day weekend, and it was this fireworks set to music, and right before the show started, they would always play In the Air Tonight. That was always the song that led into the event itself, so that always a good memory for me of that song.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the YouTubers, you guys that heard the song for the first time and their reaction? Did you ever see that video?
Oh no, I haven't seen that one. I do watch a couple of YouTube channels where they have reactions to songs they had never heard of before.
Yeah, like this is the first time they ever heard In the Air Tonight. You should go back and watch that, but it's pretty hilarious. And they're kind of critiquing the song, and then it leads up to the big drum part toward the end, and they almost so it's kind of funny to watch. So
I love it. That's so iconic.
Yeah. The haunting beginning, and then the big crescendo of the drums there.
Yeah, and then it goes up against One More Night.
If I stumble, if I fall, just help me back so I can make you see. Please give me one more night. Give me one more night. One more night. 'Cause I can't live forever. Give me just one more night. Ooh, just one more night. Oh, one more night. 'Cause I can't live forever. I've been sitting here so long.
That hit number 1. Again, this is off of No Jacket Required. And it was his second number 1 single in the U.S. Yeah, it hit number 1 in 1985. And it stayed at number 1 for a couple of weeks.
Beautiful ballad. When I was doing some research prior to us talking here, somebody quoted that it was like listening to melted chocolate. That's how they described this. So I thought, well, it's probably that's probably a good description. So, but it's a good song.
All right, that's still going to drive me crazy about that Miami Vice reference. People are probably yelling. Like, who they were going after is like the big bad guy at the beginning. He killed Tubbs' brother.
And I did not watch much Miami Vice, so I am not going to be any help to you.
And I believe he might have killed Crockett's first partner. And, well, I was going to ask you if you remember who Crockett's first partner was, but if you didn't watch it, you might not know. The answer to that is Jimmy Spitz.
Learned something new today.
Yeah. So he was in Miami Vice about as long as Rick Springfield was in Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
Hello. Sorry to break in here. This is Editor Paul here. The gangster Crockett and Tubbs were going after when In the Air Tonight was playing was Calderon. I remembered this at 4 a.m. after we recorded this. So now back to your regularly scheduled podcast. I don't know. I'm going to have to go with In the Air tonight.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I just think that's probably the song Phil is most known for, even though it wasn't his most successful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, especially with like that drum part.
Yeah.
Because that's like his identity. Like a lot of bands and stuff, when you hear the guitarist, you know who the guitarist is, and with they could be playing with like somebody else, being like part of like a solo person's group or something, a session player or something. And if they're in on that, you know that who that guitarist is. I mean, Phil Collins is the same way. When you hear the drums, you know he's the drummer of that song.
Yeah. Well, do you remember the song I Know There's Something Going On by Frida?
Oh, yep.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
The beginning with, I mean, he's throughout the song, but you can hear, dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
Yeah, you hear that at the very beginning with him and playing on that song.
I can see that it won't be long. You grow cold when you keep holding on. You know you've changed and you're worse than life. That's something you can't deny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. He has like this distinct sound. You know it's him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, which is so sad about his health.
Yeah.
Alright, next up, ooh, this is gonna be kind of a tough one.
We're in bracket 1 now, right?
Bracket 1. Oh wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Take Me Home against Something Happened on the Way to Heaven.
Another 90s song, but we'll count it in 89 because of the album.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So Take Me Home. Another one from No Jacket Required. Pretty decent album, I'd say. In the UK, it only peaked at number 19, but in the US, it reached number 7. Like, it wasn't as successful as Sussudio or One My Night. But I like this one, though.
Yeah. It's got the same music from beginning to end. It seems like it's nothing really changes. It's just a good song, and Bill's vocals add to it.
Yep. Yeah. And then Peter Gabriel actually has some backing vocals in this.
Oh, no kidding. Didn't know that. Yeah, when I was reading up on this song, it said that it was written about a mental institution patient. Did you?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, not anywhere close to what I thought the song was about. So, it said it was inspired by One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. So, again, learn something new every day.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, because the video is about him just going around. I think it's just going to different parts of the world.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Something Happened on the Way to Heaven.
How can something so good go so bad? How can something so right go so wrong? Well, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. And I want you back. How many times can I say I'm sorry?
Yeah, the single was released in April 1990. Again, from the But Seriously album. And it peaked at number 4 on the Hot 100. And I actually remember seeing this video. I was in the Gulf War, and on our ship we would get sent like videos, like VHS tapes. And so we had like a television in a rec room. So there'd be like sometimes if there was like a big sporting event or something, we'd be able to watch it, but it would be like weeks after it happened. So sometimes we would already know what happened. But we'd also get tapes of like music videos. So that's how I saw Cherry Pie, and then this video was on there with the dog. It was something the dog had like see in black and white and stuff. It's like a cute little fun little video.
Yeah, I had read that this was supposed to be used in the movie The War of the Roses. You remember that movie?
Yeah, was that
Which
the
was
one
in
with was that Michael Douglas? And,
Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner.
Yep.
Yeah. And which was in '89. I think that came out in '89. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. I don't know if it was part of the. I don't remember it being part of the movie, but.
I don't remember. Yeah, it's like I saw it once. So I wasn't that crazy about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same characters as like Romance of the Stone Age of the Nile. Yeah.
Yeah, they were a different kind of arguing.
Yeah.
So this was a little more violent.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a little darker. I wasn't that crazy about it. Maybe I'd like it better now, but I don't know.
Yeah, very dark ending. We won't end it reveal it in case you haven't seen it. But
yeah.
Which one would you pick here?
Probably Something Happened on the Way to Heaven. It's like a little nostalgic for me.
Yeah, I'll go with Take Me Home.
Oh, we're on our last battle here. I Don't Care Anymore. Against, can you guess what it's against, everybody?
Against
what?
A lot.
I think that's what I Don't Care Anymore faces. The I Don't Care Anymore.
Well, you can tell everyone I'm a dumb disgrace. Drag my name all over the place. I don't care anymore. You can tell everybody about the state I'm in. You won't catch me crying 'cause I just can't win. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore, Jill. I don't care what you say. I don't play the same games you play. 'Cause I've been talking to the people that you call it friends, and it seems to me that
It was the third single released from the Hello, I Must Be Going album, 1982 album. He actually got a Grammy nomination for Best Male Rock Vocal Performance, but lost to Michael Jackson's Beat It. But yeah, this song only charted at number 39. It reached.
Kind of has a similar sound or feel as In the Air Tonight does.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a song I put on when I've just, you've had enough. Nothing's going right. You're just tired of this and tired of that. Don't care anymore.
Yeah, I really like this one too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Kind of an angry song.
Mm-hmm. Again, it has like the distinct drums in it and everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's actually a heavy metal supergroup, Hell Yeah, released a cover of this in 2016.
Really?
Yeah.
'cause I've been talking to the people that you call your friends, and it seems to me there's a means to it, and they don't care anymore. And as for me, I could sit here and bite my tongue. what you say. We never play by the same rules anyway.
And of course, it faces huge odds going against all odds. Take a look at me now.
You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. And there's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Oh, take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. And you coming back to me is against the odds. And that's what I've got to face. I wish I could just make you turn around and see me cry. There's so much I need to.
Recorded for the soundtrack of a 1984 film Against All Odds, which I still haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I think more people remember the song than the movie.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing a pattern with all his soundtrack songs. But the Miami Vice was the opposite.
Yeah.
But the single reached number 1 on the Hot 100, the first of 7 U.S. number 1 hits for his solo.
Yeah, my guess is that this song actually helped the movie. Probably people heard the song and then went to go see the movie.
Yep.
I don't remember who was in that. Rachel Ward, maybe? And
Yeah. Yep.
Was it
Jeff Bridges? Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
and James Woods was in it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it other than what I've seen in the video, so I don't know if it's good or not. Somebody told me it was pretty decent, so one of these days I'll check it out. My free time, but but this won a Grammy Award for Best Pop Vocal Performance by a Male, 1985. It was nominated for Song of the Year for an Academy Award, as well for a Golden Globe. I have a note here that at the Academy Awards ceremony, Collins was not invited to sing his song on stage, and instead sat in the audience as dancer Anne Ren King gave a mostly lip-sync vocal performance accompanied by a dance routine.
What?
That sounds like a train wreck. Oh my goodness, look for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can't imagine.
oh, shocking.
Can't imagine. What?
It says that her performance was poorly received by critics from the LA Times and People, as well as by Collins himself in a Rolling Stone interview.
Why they did that?
Yeah, that is so strange. I wonder why. Because it doesn't sound like he would have been opposed to doing it. That's so strange.
Looks like she was did a lot of Broadway, and she was in Mickey and Maude too, if you remember that movie, and Annie, the 82 movie of Annie. Yeah, she was one of the either Mickey or Maude. I don't remember which, but
I don't remember that movie. I just know
That
the
was-
title.
yeah, Dudley Moore was in that one, and
Oh, okay.
Amy Irving.
Yeah, so it looks like he didn't win the Academy Award because he lost to Stevie Wonder's I Just Called to Say I Love You. Yeah, but this is a pretty iconic song. Beautiful. Yeah, I love this one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just looked, and Buster is on the Roku channel, but you have to subscribe to a channel called Screen Picks, which is part of our package on cable. So I have Buster on right now on Screen Picks, actually,
Oh, interesting.
on demand. And Against All Odds is actually on Screen Picks also.
Ah,
So yeah,
yeah.
so Screen Picks if you're into 80s movies, there may be a bunch of obscure movies that are on that channel.
Well, I wonder if it costs money if you're even able to get it. If it's
Yeah,
not
it
on your
said
provider.
it said $7.99 to subscribe.
Oh, good
so.
lord, no, forget it. I got enough shit.
Now, what's another $8 or $12 or just one more subscription?
I barely have time for the stuff
I
I
know.
do now. But yeah. Now that we're at the end of this, I should point out that I finally watched the Go-Go's documentary, which was friggin' awesome. So I
It
recommend
was on
that.
Showtime, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Yep, that's on my list too.
Because I'm gonna have to get it, but Gina Shock, the drummer for the Go-Go's, released a book because she's like a photographer too. So the book looks awesome, and she was like on a guest on a podcast, and she had mentioned the documentary, and I didn't know about it. So then I looked it up. But yeah, I think it was released in like 2019 or something. Not that long ago. It's not brand new, but it's kind of recent. So it was really interesting.
Hmm.
It's just shocking that it took so long for them to get in the Hall of Fame. That place is a joke anyway. I don't even know why you bring it up. They were such pioneers. So.
Dolly Parton bailed out. She said, as soon as I make a rock and roll record, you can put me in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So
Yeah, but it's ridiculous. But I don't know if they should just name it the Music Hall of Fame or something. I don't know. Yeah, because it's not rock. Like I can understand they want to be like more diverse, which is they should do, but just rename it. Don't call it rock and roll. It's not rock and roll.
yeah, because I think Dionne Warwick is up for a nomination also, and I don't know. I don't. Nothing screams rock and roll when I hear Dionne Warwick songs.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
I love Dionne Warwick. We
Yeah.
all do, but yeah.
What can you do? Yeah. Maybe someday. I probably still wouldn't mind going there though. But the induction shit is crazy, but I wouldn't mind like going to the place itself. I bet that's incredible.
Yeah, it's not too far from where I am, so one day I'll get there.
Yeah. All right. So, well, of course I'm gonna have to go for Against All Odds in that battle because I don't care anymore.
I'll pick Against All Odds too.
Because I don't care anymore. Doesn't care anyway. So.
Yeah, yeah. Depends on the day. Tomorrow I could go with I don't care anymore.
All of these songs are great anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah. There's even songs that like weren't like top 40 hits that he had that were still good.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see how the voting goes.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Against All Odds might win, but I don't know. You never know.
I keep thinking in the air tonight.
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Again, you can go to the Return of the 80s Twitter page or the Facebook group to vote. Or you can even leave a comment on the post, too, if you want, on rtt80s.com. So get your voting in there, and I'll keep you all posted about that. So I'll probably do, since it's, we're at the end of March already, maybe I'll do like a couple of days for each round. So we'll start with the Sweet 16. So maybe it'll go through the end of next week. I haven't been keeping up with the real March Madness tournament, even though Providence College, our local team, made it to the Sweet 16, but they lost. What about Indiana? Were they in it this year?
For a little bit, and then they got blown out. So, yep. There's and then Purdue lost as well. So, but yeah, yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to be like all on top of the sports and everything, but yeah. Well, I guess with school and everything going on, I don't keep up anymore. And I cut the cord for cable, so it's not really an easy way for me to watch it anymore. The Return of the 80s March Madness is better anyway.
That's right.
So yeah, this should be a fun one. So
Yep.
lots of great music.
See how things
Yep.
turn out. And do it again next
Yep.
year too.
Yep, we'll figure out next year's. Yeah, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to email me at returntof the80s@gmail.com. Or leave any comments anywhere on any of the socials. So yeah, I'm open to all that. Alright, so why don't you tell people how they can reach you, Del? Talk about your awesome radio show.
Plug the show, huh? All right. So it's the 80s at 8. It's on Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. On a radio station WEDM. We have our own app. You can download that. We're also on the Radio Deck app. Just search for WEDM there, or you can go to WEDMFM.com. We're going to be off for a couple of weeks, so we'll be back on April 16th. Mark your calendars.
So yeah, definitely check it out. There's no other show like it. I think they should like string all your shows together and put it on 80s at 8 on the XM.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't see that happening, but I appreciate the compliment. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I kind of.
oh, you mix up the songs really well. Like, yeah, there's hits, but then you got like some deep tracks. I love all the like fun facts you mentioned, like games or trivia and everything. It's awesome.
Yeah. I try to do more than just play a bunch of music. So it is
Yep,
fun.
Definitely. Yeah, and again, you can check out I'll definitely be checking out her blog, RealWeegieMidget.wordpress.com, to check out the review on Buster, see if it's worth watching or not. And you can find me at Return to the 80s on Facebook. There's a Facebook page, there's a Facebook group, so you can join both. The voting will be on the group itself. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. And thank you so much for listening, everybody. It seems like we're growing more and more, so I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. We'll keep on going. All right, and thanks again, Del, for doing this. It was fun
Thanks
as
for having
usual. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. And remember,
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!
sit, Lizzie, sit. Good dog.
Woo, woo.